Good morning, Discord. Good morning, YouTube. Okay, let's get into it. All right, let's see what we got. Before we get started, do not consider this financial advice. Trading stocks involve risk. In order to the channel, the traders appear on the broadcast and their affiliate companies are not liable for any loss inflicted in relation to its content. Once you get done reading that, go to lifespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted out. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we have the 200 MA at about 61.28. The 5 at 55.36. Let's see what they want to do. They're going to grab liquidity from somewhere, right? So what we don't want to do is get caught up in this chop. It's a wide range, so let them tell us what's going to happen. We want to see if we could something like this, or now these would be ideal. It's a long way away. These are the quote-unquote safety setups. If you can't wait for this, then don't wait. I don't know what to tell you. Mr. Gomez, good morning. All right, let's go. Let's go. We had some consolidation in after hours and pre-market. That just means they're building liquidity. All right, let's see what they want to do on the top of this lick box. Mr. Ramos, morning. All right, if you're going long, you got to be careful in between the moving average and 60.53, or what is this? Yeah, 60.53. Let's check higher time frame. All right, on the 30-minute, we want to see which one of these are going to play out. Which one of these? If it does break this gray right here, we have to watch out for the dance right here, somewhere over here. I'm not saying here at this time, but on this teal. So let them figure out what's going on in here. Now we've had some, I think, good news on the war front, and the market's reacting to that. Jones says they have to go back and fill it eventually. Fill what? What specific price? But do they? But do they really? All right, we got about to start a new candle. Let's see where they want to grab this liquidity from. Between the 5 and the 200, you know, unfortunately, there's not a lot to do. There are a lot of orders on the 200 MA, a lot. So, not naturally, but more often than not, price wants to gravitate towards one of these moving averages. I'm pretty sure one of them are going to get touched. I know that for I don't know that for sure, but one of these moving averages are going to get touched. I'm going to clean it up real quick, or I'll leave it. Let's see if they break, retest this bottom lick box here, and reject off of it. So in the short term, we want to see if they're going to break. retest, and reject off of it. Or if they're just going to grab liquidity and then continue some more, we got to figure out which one they're going to do, right? One or the other. You got to be careful between 60.53 and the moving average, okay? If they want to break it, if they want to get strong, if they want to get a momentum up, it needs to be a strong candle, or at least a strong movement. And ideally, we don't want to look for just the 1 or 2 candle break and retest. Sometimes it's like that. But if you want some type of quote unquote security or safety, so here's what I'm saying. Let's say this is the moving average right here. You don't want it to like break with one candle, retest with the next candle, and reject off the next candle. I mean, is this a play? Yes, but that really depends on what happened down here. Meaning, do we have the strength for that? An ideal situation would be, if whenever we find our algo, whenever we find our trend line, whenever we break within the movement, retest, and then reject. So there's a lot of candles in here, right? Like this. There's a lot of candles. Now, could it be where it just breaks, retests, and rejects? Sure, of course. But it's just not the ideal setup. I'm just gonna clean this chart up a bit. We see what's happening. All right, so let's see if they, here's one setup here. If they grab liquidity off the 200, and then we do something like this, That's one setup, but we'll still be within this range right here. Our other setup, this is our other setup is going to be like we said before.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
And then there's a longer term setup. I'm going to use this same one, like this. Now we just gotta wait and see which one. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell everyone on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button or else you get cursed with bad luck. You don't want to get cursed with bad luck. Not this early. Alright, so let's see what they want to do somewhere around 5904. We want to see if we get this little tiny, if this is going to happen right here, we want to see if we get a little tiny, little micro cup and handle. Look how cute. Look how cute. Girls think that everything that's small or tiny is cute. It doesn't matter if it's the most ferocious animal on earth. They'll be like, oh, look how cute that baby lion is. Look at that little baby python. Look how cute it is. Okay. Let that thing grow up. So look, this, whatever level is that I have here between these two flexions, probably a 50-50, right? And remember, we're still inside this range here, so there's actually nothing, you know, expect chop between the 5 and the 200. This, to me, is the greatest amount of uncertainty. The greatest amount of uncertainty is in between these two moving averages. Okay. The 30-minute saying sideways. 30 minutes says sideways. 5-minute also says sideways. And so does the 1. Everything's saying sideways. If you took this little dipsy doodle right here at this level, right, when I said let's see what they're gonna do at this 50-50, you got to protect this trade now, okay? We gotta protect this one. We'll put it wherever the flexion is right here. We'll line it up right here. You gotta protect this trade. I'm just gonna clean up the chart just a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we can get to key level down here. We had the rejection on our 940 candle, clear rejection on our 940 candle of this lick box, right? This is absolute perfection, the rejection of the lick box. Easy. Clean it up. Okay. All right, we have plenty of opportunities. Plenty of opportunities here. Don't FOMO in now, but just saying. So the only option for calls was above the 200, or if the price turned around right here at this 50-50. So we didn't see not one green candle. So this is a pretty easy trade. Just don't overstay your welcome here. I'm just gonna recap this last trade, okay? Because this one was pretty textbook. We would have preferred to grab liquidity off the 200. It didn't exactly get there. We grabbed liquidity off this 60.53. We broke this magenta. We had, at the time, 3 options. It was either like this, or this one here. So at this level right here, where I told everyone, let's see what they do right here, you know, this would have been your entry. This would have been your entry. Now just don't overstay your welcome. If you're a key level person, we're coming up to key level. You should be, you know, we had plenty of time to protect this trade. I'll let it play out. Let's see what happens. If you're looking for an entry, we're going to look for a break and retest underneath this red. However, here's the thing. You got the 5 right here. So you got to measure your risk to reward on this, okay? You want it to be dramatic. You want it to be dramatic. The 5's right here, so you got to be, hold on, let me focus. This took me out my first set. Actually, I might just, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. I'm here. I'm just focusing. Give me a second. I'm trying to hold for one more bite at the apple on this, but I'm not going to hold much longer. I've decided I'm a key level person, and that's just what it is. I'm not going to hold too long. Come on. I know it's going to get me and continue, but I'm just gonna, I already made the decision. I'm a key level person. I just gotta be happy with that. Okay. I just want them to at least get a second bite at the apple so I can get all these contracts out. Alright, now we're at the part that I don't like. Trying to figure out when to take profit, right? And the reason why that's the hard part is because you always feel regret after the fact. You always feel a little bit of regret, like, oh man, I could have done better. Always, no matter what. No matter what. I just need this to drop just a little bit. I need drop just a little bit more. I want to at least get a second bite of this apple right here. I'm not going to survive much more. Come on, I need this. Come on. All right. I'm going to adjust a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, back second bite at the apple. There we go. Second bite. All right, now I can breathe a little bit. Now I can breathe. Okay, we all did that together. Everyone heard me going through it. I'm a key level person. This is the key level, so I'm good. I'm good now. Let's see if we can get anything more. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. We still have 16 seconds on this candle. Hold on, I'm here. I'm just focusing. Give me a second. Okay. Now I want to see if they're going to make resistance of, what is this? 30, the red line. There we go. There we go. Oh, thank goodness. Look at that. Right. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. Okay. Damn, I don't know what to do. All right, well, they figured it out for me. All right, that was a good trade. I'm not upset, right? I'm a key level person. They didn't stay underneath. I would have liked them to stay underneath. I was a little bit inside of it, so I got stopped out a little bit inside of it. But this is a good trade for me. I decided who I am. This is the trader I am. You know, I take a fair amount of contract here, so I'm okay with this money. This is good money. This is great money. Munyon. All right. All right. Right to key level, right? No, what do you mean indecision? I made an executive decision. I said I'm doing key level, and that was it. And I'm okay. I don't, even if it goes, I've already decided. I've had a talk with God. Even if this thing goes far down, you know, because I realized I've been getting very greedy lately. And then the greed has been probably affecting me more than I think. Instead of just being completely okay with, you know, second bite at the apple, I would have been okay with too. But, you know, I at least wanted to survive the key level. I did that, so I can't complain now. Now I can't say anything. From here, from this point here, the only real put setup has to be like, you know, like this. It has to be in our break and retest underneath the 5. That's the only real put setup. So everyone heard me go through it, right? I want to wait for the key level. That's what I'm with. I got stopped out here on my first set. Second set, you know, I just had to survive a little bit. The thing that helped me was seeing all the wicks. Seeing all the wicks, I was like, all right, I think I'll be okay. All right, so we're still inside this lick box. This lick box has a lot of has all the liquidity, right? So we're gonna move this one over just a tad, so we can see what's going on. All right. Let me continue on. There's something I know about myself is that I wouldn't have been okay holding through all this drawdown, especially after it, you know, I already told myself key level, I have it highlighted. I wouldn't have been okay with all this drawdown. So, you know, I know what type of trader I am, and I'm okay with that. I don't like too much risk. You know, we're all going to take a risk, right? We're all risking something, but at a certain point, it was, you know, it was just telling us exactly what was going to happen. And it told us exactly where it was going to happen at. Look, see this? It told us where. I told you, if this is going to happen, this needs to happen. This little tiny one needs to happen. I'm going to clean up the chart just a bit. Clean up the chart just a bit. You know, we also knew that whatever this was here, I forgot where, but somewhere like right around here, I told you there's a 50-50 at this level. There's a 50-50 here. We only saw red candles. I think there's a bigger... All right, Discord, use the 5-minute chart. We're going to be in this purple until we're not. Look at these rejection. Let's mark this out really quick. That's interesting to me. I'm gonna put it in our teal. But in between the 200 and the 5, it's gonna be whatever just happened, right? It's gonna be like that. We're still in this purple until we're not, Discord. See, look, even if this does go down from here, there's no way I would have been okay with this type of drawdown. Not me. I need to get in, get out, get my money. Some of you do it. Some of you, you know, you're really good at it, but I'm not that person. I think we already know that there is a key level. Probably, where was it? Dang, I erased it. I think it was like here. If we get above whatever this is, I think it had to be higher because this is where I put it. Because I have the red arrow here, so it had to be somewhere up here. I wish I left it now. If we get above 5907, we gotta start looking the other way. When I'm saying the other way is right now we're looking down, right? If we get above this, we gotta start looking up. And then we want to start looking for what that up looks like. What up, Sebs? Sebs, you missed the first play. You missed the first play. It was a beauty. I didn't put Ted down. I thought 660 was close enough. Ted. Who's that? Is that your secret admirer? Who's Ted? Oh, the dog. Yeah. Oh, didn't put him down, Ted. All right, good. Hell yeah. Ted the dog. See his little range in here? Got a little range in between this teal. We'll know if we're good for calls if we get something like this. We gotta wait a little bit. You know, in the short term, we have you know what? I think we're just going sideways right here. Don't overtrade, Seth. I don't have to tell you. You already know. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. You know, at a certain point, we got to realize once we get the money, we need to leave. We need to leave because it's only going to get harder. It only gets harder. We need to learn how to take the profit and leave, or else you're never going to build the account. It's not going to happen. Let's see if they give us our little dance right here. Okay, we're still in this. All right, we're still in purple. Discord, we're still in purple. We're gonna see if purple gives us some oomph to the upside. Yeah, they're struggling at this teal right here. So there's, all right, from here, here's what we got. About a minute and little under 2 minutes on this candle. think there's a bit of no man's land right here. Some uncertainty right here. We're in this purple until we're not. We have to watch out for this, for a rejection of purple. Why can't I put this where I want it? Okay, they're not letting me do what I want to do, so that's what we got. If we get above, what did I say? Yeah, if we get above this, we gotta start look the other way. I'm just gonna clean this up just a bit. I need to see this stuff. You know, we're just bouncing in between the 5 and the 20. So if you want some quote unquote safety, we got to be above the 20 or below the 5. That's the answer. If you're playing around in here, that's on you. You have decided you're the master of the universe. Now look, they broke this little teal range. If purple wants to form secondary liquidity, it's most likely going to be somewhere around here. We want to see if this green's going to get us to 5907. Just gonna clean up the chart a little bit. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. We got about 4.5 minutes on this candle. If you took purple, you gotta protect your trade now. If you're not the risky type, playing around in between the 200 and the 5 is not for the faint of heart. So wait for above the 200 or below the 5. If you're not gonna wait for that and you're playing around in here, that's on you. Because if you're hesitating and if you're not collecting when you need to, it's gonna go against you. Because then you're gonna be like, all right, this time I'm gonna hold, and then it's gonna go against you, right? If we get above this or below this, then you can let it run for a little bit. But we're at this 50-50 right now. Let's see if we can get some confluence. Gotta learn the hard way, yeah.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Two minutes on the candle. Well, that's evil. What? What? It went right to close the cup. What? It closed the cup. Did that just happen in real life? It went right to close the cup, like exact cup close. And this, my friends, is market manipulation. This is market manipulation right here. It just spiked and closed the cup in like a second. This is what? Oh, the lick box. Good call. Good call, 3K. Right to the top of the lick box. This right here is what I call this wick. This is wicked. This is wicked. What? This is evil. That's wicked. This is market manipulation. There's okay. From 57.37 to 3-point spike. Get out of my face. This is wicked. 2.5 minutes on the candle. All right, I need to regroup. I need to regroup. That was okay. They just closed the cup in a second. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, everything's still valid, but damn, this didn't. You know what? Nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. As long as we don't over leverage, we'll be fine. This is unexpected. 1 minute. Let's see. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words for once. Okay, I guess you can say playing the game inside the range is, man, didn't expect that. I want to know how this candle's gonna end. I really want to know how it's gonna end. What is that? That is unfortunate. here. I'm just being quiet. I'm just being quiet. I mean, technically we're still at the 50-50, so there's nothing really to do here. I'm still at a loss for words. But in 1 second, it was a spike. It stopped everybody out. It stopped everybody out. This is market manipulation. There's no way. Okay, well, this is what we got, so we're gonna have to adapt. We're gonna have to adapt. We've all just witnessed market manipulation. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. In you know, probably literally a second, maybe a second and a half, this thing just stopped out a lot of people. So now if a lot of people got stopped out, we have to assume that the market needs to fill the order somewhere. This is, but look at this. That's, you know, three points and change in a second. That's not real. That is not real. I mean, damn, they closed the cup, but geez. Cheese and rice. All right, we're almost back at market open. There's nothing to do here. Just give it a second. Remember, if we get above this level right here, we gotta start to look the other way. If we get below, here, watch. So this one, and all right. So there's a range here. I'm still in shock. I'm still recovering from that. God dang. I'm still in shock. Just, jeez. Watch out with this range I have here in the shadow. I'm just gonna clean it up, I guess. Be careful in the shadow range, okay? If we get above, we're gonna look for call entries. If we get below, we're gonna look for put entries. Oh, I don't even need this. I have this one and this one marked out already. But we don't really need this. Okay, I guess I'll leave it. Because we don't know yet. We're in this little range right here. Let's see what they do in this range. This one hurt my heart. This hurt my heart. But they did it what, 2 days ago when they spiked up to the 5. Did the same thing a couple days ago when they spiked to the 5 out of nowhere. I had just left the trade for like $1, and then 2 minutes later 2 minutes later it ran up for like $3 or something like that. Remember, we got to be careful in here, okay? In here, be careful. All right, we're gonna look for a break of this green. We're gonna see if we're gonna build in blue and then break the green for puts. And then for calls, it's gonna be build an orange and break the purple. Sebs is putting out some information saying Iran says non-hostile ships can sail through the Straits of Hormuz. Reported from the New York Times. Thank you, Sebs. All right, Discord, the setups are so purple and orange and purple, or blue and green. That's the answer. All right, let me see if I can match the damn colors. I'm not gonna do it. Just use the 5-minute chart. Bro, this thing went exactly in the middle of the 50-50. Exactly in the middle. With a nice inverted hammer too. Wow. It's all good. All goody. let's see what we do if we get above 5907. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't even get a chance to protect my trade on this. Didn't get a chance to protect my trade. I wanted to, I don't know. I just didn't protect the trade. I only had like what, 1-2 minutes. And now we see this ugly grind. And, you know, technically we're still at the 50-50 right here. But with the news coming out saying that now they want, they're gonna allow ships to pass through. Now you gotta start to wonder. I am shooketh. I'm still not over this. But it happens. We don't need to over leverage, and I think we can make a quick buck. Okay, they announced it way early. Well, it took a while to react to it. Gosh darn it. By the way, we wanted to see if green was going to get us to 5907. So now you need to adjust your stops if you took green. Luckily with the 50-50s, you can have a very tight stop, so we'll be fine. Okay. Okay, me personally, I think if they really want my money, it's gonna have to be above the 200 or below the 5. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I finish green. Gonna make sure we finish green for the day. Unless it gets interesting. Gosh darn it. It better not get interesting. I think we crossed it. This is a major level right here. Look, they touched it once, twice, thrice, a couple times. So we need to figure out what they're gonna do in between this 5907 and 5754. All right, Discord, if you're looking for entries, look for above this yellow. Look for this. Green's still a thing. We're gonna get rid of this. We'll leave the orange. That's fine. We'll still leave the purple as well. But we want to look for yellow. We got to make sure we're not just bouncing in between yellow. Like this. So if it's all right, look, let me go through. Let me make sure everyone's paying attention. I'm gonna go through it. All right, ready? Everyone pay attention. Here, look. This is on our 5-minute chart. We want to look for puts under green. We want to look for calls above yellow. We might be doing this. Now, if you're on the 1 minute and we break and retest 5907, where's that? 5907, right around here. If we break and retest, you know, look, the key level is going to be at 5939, and then there's going to be key level on yellow. Okay, meaning don't overstay your welcome in here on calls while we're inside here. If we break and retest above, then we'll let it run a little bit. But right now we are still in the middle of this lick box. We're right back at market open right now. They're having a very hard time getting over 59.07. We need to see a nice strong candle above and then a retest and a reject. It's also might be coming up to compression time. They might be high-fiving about this, about stopping everybody out. All right, let's see if we get this nice strong candle above. So remember, we have to watch out for this. We're back at market open. Exactly on market open right now. So on my next trade, which will be trade number 3, I need to make sure that number 1, the risk to reward is there. Number 2, I need to make sure certain things have happened, right? We're either above or below this minimum, or we broke either yellow or green minimum. And I have to make sure that my stop loss is not going to eat into my profit for the day. So I have to make sure all those things are in alignment. If not, I don't want to finish red on the day. So all those things have to be in alignment for me to take another trade. If my stop loss has to be so far away that give me a second, Mr. Ramos. If my stop loss is so far away that it's going to eat into my profit, I'm not interested. I need to finish green. I need to finish green. I mean, I don't need to, but psychologically, it would just be a thing. So whatever needs to happen, first of all. And then I got to make sure that the risk to reward is there. You know, if I'm like right next to a key level, you know, just because it breaks something, if I'm right next to a key level, I'm probably not going to be interested. I want to see some, you know, we're literally in the middle of the water here. So I have no interest interest at market open. The 30 minutes telling us sideways. The 5 minutes, same things, telling us sideways. Same thing on the 1 minute. So I need to see some confluence. I need to make sure that the risk to reward is there. I'm gonna read your question again. Puts on the 1 yellow or on 2? 1 yellow or on 2? This yellow on the 5, this is for calls. This isn't for puts. This yellow is identifying calls, not puts. The support lines. I don't see any yellow support lines. There's no yellow support lines here. Sorry, Sebs. Sorry, Sebs. Let me make sure. Discord, are you guys clear on the setups? I limit the emojis just so there's not a lot of noise in the chat, so people can pay attention. But is Discord clear on the setups? I need to know that. Somebody. I mean, if you're not, then you need to say it. I'm not muted. I'm just being quiet. I'm paying attention. Here's what I see. We're at market open. I see that we have whatever I drew here a while ago. It's still a thing. I see that the market's going sideways. We're still in between the 200 and the 5. If you really want to make it tough for them to get your money, wait for above or below the 5 and the 200. Wait for one of these. Otherwise, you see what's happening. We're just in the middle of those two. If you're trying to scalp, you know, just don't overstay your welcome. Certain things need to happen. And And don't over leverage. Do not over leverage. All right, 2 minutes on the candle. Okay. All right, we reached this key level right here. Little under a minute and a half on this candle. I'm here, I'm just being quiet. Protect this trade. All right, work on your exits now, okay? We survived the hard part. Work on your exits. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one. If you didn't take money by now, there's nothing I can do for you. You gotta work on your ability to hold. See if we can get a little bit more. Now look, on this trade here, I had to scale my contract size down because if I would have kept it at the same, I wouldn't have made, if I would have kept it the same and it would have went against me, I wouldn't have been happy. So I needed to scale my contract size down just to make sure that if I did take the loss, I would still be in profit for the day. So that's what I did. Okay, I'm probably about to take my first set off. I'm probably about to stop out my first set, and then I'm gonna let the runners run just a little bit. I'm not gonna give it too much. I'm here. I'm just paying attention. I probably need to get up and walk away. Let me set everything, and I'm gonna walk away. Look at the money we just printed. Look at this money. Good gosh. Woo. Look at this. Look at what's happening right now. What did I tell everybody? Green, right? Green. Everyone in the world. Green. This is our puts. You know, if you're on YouTube, sorry, but I had to make sure that my Discord members were taken care of. Look at this. Look at this money. Look at the money we just printed. Oh my gosh. Yes. We did it together. Everything. We did all of it together, right? I told you what needed to happen. I told you I was going in. We needed to be underneath this. On the retest and reject, perfect. Perfect. Easy money. Easy money. Look at the I didn't even have to stop out my first set. I didn't even have to stop on my first set. We're still, look at the money. And I'm not upset that I didn't, have that a larger contract size, because that was the, hold on, let me focus. Look at the money we just printed. I told you, it's very hard to be wrong twice in a row. Very hard. Look what's happening right now. It's very hard to be wrong twice in a row. Very hard. We just went over this yesterday. I'm sorry I'm yelling, but dang, we needed this. All right, my first set just got taken out right here. Oh, man. It's only too perfect. Only too perfect. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I'm here, I'm focusing, hold on. I need just one more little push down. I need one more little push down. You know what? I'm gonna get up and walk away. I'm getting up and walking away. I can't sit here and stare at it like this, or else I'm just gonna... It had to be, right? They don't get us twice in a row. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna get us twice in a row. One time, fool me once, fool me once, you should be ashamed of yourself. But fool me twice, ain't gonna happen. Oh. All right, this got me. This got me. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even care. Oh. I was thinking about putting it here too, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, I tasted a little bit. I'm a key level guy. I like key level. If I need to get set up for underneath of 5, fine. But this was absolutely phenomenal trade. And look, right back in the bottom of what is this? Yellow. Absolutely phenomenal trade. Oh man. But y'all know I was upset. You know I was upset with this. You know I got my feelings hurt. All right. Now, unfortunately, not unfortunately, you know what? I did my risk management. I told everyone in the world what my plan was. I told everyone in the world what needed to happen for me to take a trade. All of that happened. Therefore, everything happened. Therefore, I had some type of confidence in my trade. I had some type of confidence. By the way, we already knew, and we knew exactly where. We knew exactly where, exactly when. Dougie. But Josh, how did you know? Oh man, bro, I wasn't even upset, but it's just very, it hasn't happened yet where the 50-50, excuse me, when you know, if we lose one trade, it just has not happened where we don't win on the next setup. We just have to wait for the setup. That's all we need to do. So look, whew, man, that was exhilarating. All right, look, so this one got me, right? On the puts, this one got me. Instead of me revenge trading and saying, okay, I guess it's calls, you know, I knew it. You know, I didn't know, but you know, we had a good inclination. Thank you, Mr. Ramos. I had a good inclination that we needed, that this right here, this 5907 means something. I knew it. It just had to be. And we knew it since this trade right here. We knew it since 946 is when we knew that this was going to be a significant level. Look what happened from 946. Look what happened an hour and a half later. You know, you're not going to find precision like this. No one has these, no one's doing this. No one's doing this shit. I know it. I already know it. I already know it. That's not the point. The point is this. Damn, this was we had a good day. We had a very good day. The point is this. We had all of the indication. We had, you know, and especially in the Discord we knew, right? 3K called it out. A little bit immature, but 3K said, wedgie, y'all know what that means. Man. The wedgie means you have to grab the back of your pants and pull up as hard as you can. That's what that means. All right. We did all right. We did all right. Man, we needed that. I mean, we didn't need it. We were fine, but I mean, damn, it feels good to be a gangster sometimes. That's all I got to say about that. Whew. All right, look, if you're looking for calls, it's got to not only be above yellow, but we also got to break and retest 5907. That was my third and my final trade. This one was a good, man, we needed that. And I told you, if I'm looking for any more puts, I'm going to wait for underneath the 5. I took it at key level. I'm not upset. I gave it a little bit of space, but my runners, I live very little bit. Why? Because I'm at key level. I'm a key level type of guy. That's just what it is. I've made my, I've been going through it for the last like 2 weeks, like trying to be the hero. That ain't for me. I just want to win. Not that I just want to win, but I mean, I do, but I just want to do my job. That's what I want to do. And I'm happy with doing my job. I'm not going to say this was easy, but it kind of doesn't get any setup better than that. We broke some structure here. However, we were, we knew we were stuck in between here. So the break and retest here, this is a good entry. I think this is probably the best entry. Not unfortunately, I got in on green right here, on this green right here at the 1108 candle, because of the break of this orange, which was the break of this green. So this is, I tried to get in here, but I'm doing a lot of talking and stuff. And then, even this green, it really didn't even affect me because then I started going to the 5-minute chart. Once I saw the 5-minute chart, what it was doing, I was like, okay, we Gucci. Everything's cool. And then I even asked everyone cool? To let you guys know, like, everything's gonna be fine. All right, we had a good day. We had a very good day. All right, Jones says I clean up the box beans. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to my screen capture. I'm gonna zoom in on your face so everyone can understand. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right, I'm gonna get up and circulate some blood really quick. This was not today, ISIS. Not today. Not gonna happen today. And we weren't even, you know, this didn't put us negative by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it's the ego. We all have an ego. We all want to be right. And especially when you got money on the line, being right means something. So, this was an important trade. This was an important trade for us, because if we were wrong again, then that would be the first time ever in LST history that we were wrong twice in a row. But you know, it was very unlikely to begin with. Very unlikely. You know my record. You know my record. It's not going to be today. That's for sure. It's not going to be today. Okay. And look, remember what I told you. We want to make sure that we're not bouncing in between yellow. I told you yellow's a thing, right? So if you were looking for calls, the bottom of yellow. I already announced this way earlier. Already announced it. Now I notice a lot of the YouTube, y'all are quiet. You gotta join the Discord. You know, I hear the YouTube asking, hey, this and that. As soon as YouTube started asking me questions, I was wondering, does my Discord know? That's why I double checked. I double checked with the Discord. Are you guys good? Does everyone understand what needs to happen? And if that wasn't clear enough, you know, I stated what my strategy was going to be. Right? We want to break this. I want to make sure I'm underneath this this teal right here. You know, even though I didn't make sure, it was just too clear. It was too clear. I didn't need teal. Once teal did happen, I was like, all right, we Gucci, we Prada, we Louis, we Fendi, we all of it. Okay, I'm gonna get up and circulate some blood. I suggest you do the same. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. Look, if you're interested in learning how to trade with us, you have to go to livespytrading.com. I will get you sorted. No, leave Ramos alone. He's cool. He's a cool guy. But look, if you're out there listening to this, if you don't see what's happening right in front of you, it's not for everybody, Jones. It's not for everybody. Not everybody is built for, you know, sometimes when people get very successful, I think we can use Hollywood as an example. They get weird. It's not for everybody. And if you're already a good person, then stay good. Stay good and stay humble, because making money ain't for everybody. It's going to change you. It's going to change you. You're going to want to buy Gucci flip-flops. You're going to want to start buying motorcycles and cars and makeup and dresses and shoes. You're going to want to buy all this stuff, and it's going to taint you as a person. It's not for everybody. I only want people who he's cool. Everyone's cool. The only people that need to be in the Discord are the people that are actually interested in trying to make this a thing. Because it's not going to happen just on YouTube. It's just not. It's not going to happen. And the reason why is because I give special attention to the Discord members. But we had a good day. All right, look, this is what we need to look out for. Jeez, cheese and rice. We had such a good day. You know what, Ramos? He did say he made 1,000. He did say he made that 4-figure yesterday. And look, as long as we don't I'm done for the day. I'm not trading. I'll leave you guys with the setups. but I'm not trading anymore. I did my job. I went through it emotionally. I went through it physically with sweaty armpits. I bit off the rest of my toenails. And you know what? I'm glad everybody was here. I'm glad everyone was here to witness what just happened right in front of their face. And if I'm not the best, then I don't know what the hell you're doing here. If you think someone's better than me, you probably need to be there. But look, making money, it's not for everybody. It's not, because that takes risk. This is risk. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this or make you think this is an infinite money glitch. This takes risk. If you don't have that type of appetite to take risk on, if you're not going to bet on yourself, guess what? Ain't nobody betting on you in this world. No one in this world is betting on you. If you think your IT job or your computer programming job or whatever the job is that you paid $250,000 for a degree, those are all gone. This is what we got. This is what we got. You're hearing me go through it. I don't win every trade, but we haven't lost at the end. We haven't lost the war. We don't win every trade. How do you know that? Because this thing right here messed me up. It messed me up so bad mentally. It messed me up so bad mentally, but it got interesting. It got very interesting. We noticed a pattern. The stock market is just a set of patterns. Now, sometimes they throw that shit off, but there's nothing you can do about this sort of stuff, right? This wick right here, there's nothing you can do about that. And if you're gonna allow this wick to take you out the game, then this isn't for you. As long as you don't over leverage, you're gonna be fine. You'll be fine. You just, we gotta do what we need to do. Man, I'm very, very, very happy, and I'm glad when the Discord's popping off like that. I'm glad you guys were there. I'm glad everyone was there with even on YouTube. I'm glad you all are here with me to see that you don't have to win them all. You're not going to win them all. Don't do it, Jones. You're not going to win them all. Right? That's it. Winning them all is not a thing. I don't care, Warren Buffett. I don't care who you are. It's never happened. I know, but it's not for everybody, Jones. It's not. And some people, I get messages all the time. Hey, I made 3-4 figures in a day. Thank you. I get those messages. So some people can make it happen, but if you want like some type of consistency, you want some type of I don't know. If I haven't proved it by now, nothing's gonna prove it. So that doesn't matter. But the point is, if you let this one candle take you out for the whole day, then there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But you're conceding victory. You're already saying that, you're basically saying, I don't trust my strategy. I don't have any confidence in what I'm doing. Because even when the setup did present itself, we just had to, it was too perfect. Granted, it was too perfect over here too, right? But it's hard to be wrong twice in a row. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. It's very hard to be wrong twice in a row. And I can say that confidently because it just doesn't happen to us. It just doesn't happen. And we have video evidence. This is all recorded live. So my record, win, lose, or draw, is live for everyone to see. I don't take screenshots at the end and then send them in saying, I don't even need to. I don't need to show P&L. Because my P&L is not going to help you. What my goal is to see, how do you handle the information that I'm giving you? Whatever cars, whatever shoes, none of that matters. How do you react to the information? That's what matters, and everyone needs to understand that. When you're seeing people post, oh, look at all this money that these people are winning in my community, yada yada yada. Cool story. Maybe it's true. But is it consistent? Is it something that you can repeat? It doesn't have to be daily, but consistently to be profitable. That's what matters. If I show you cars and clothes and this and this and that, that's not going to change how you react to the information. That's not going to give you confidence to take a trade. Do you see how to make money on this chart? Do you understand what I'm saying? What the setups are, what puts are, what calls are? That's what matters. My P&L is irrelevant. It doesn't matter to you as a trader, as an individual trader. Anyone else's P&L also doesn't matter. Of course, I could put, it's one of the selling tactics a lot of people use. Well, it's a very famous selling tactic. It's called fear of missing out. You show what I'm supposed to do is take screenshots and show, look at all the members making money here. That's what I'm supposed to do, because that should essentially trigger a response in the human mind, like, oh, well, I feel like I'm missing out on making all this money because look at this person making money. Sure, I know that's a selling tactic. Why do I need to sell you on the truth that's right in front of your face? That's my question. If I have to sell you on that, this ain't for you, because I have something called a conscious. That means you're not ready for this. If I need to sell you on what you just witnessed right in front of your face, if I need to tell you, look, we're in gosh darn yellow. If I need to tell you this again and again and again, and you don't see it, then it's not for you. It's just not for you. And success is not for everybody. Some people are very content with what they're doing. Some people are very content with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You need to be happy with what you're doing. But if you really want to make this a thing for yourself, you're going to have to invest in yourself, because no one else is going to do it in this world. Let me tell you, young people, no one else is going to do it. You know what they're going to try to do? They're going to lie to you and tell you the things you want to hear. And then when you find out the reality, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt when you find out the reality in a few years, whenever you grow up a little bit and you realize, oh, wait, there's no such thing as a free lunch. When you find out there's no such thing as a free lunch, you'll see. You just got to wait for it to happen to you. All of us start out, having, we all want the best for everybody, until you realize not everything's for everyone. Not everything is for everyone. Because if that was the thing, then why aren't any midgets playing in the NBA right now? Not everything is for everybody. You'll learn that lesson. If you haven't learned that lesson by now, I'll be your daddy. I'll be the daddy that you never had, that left to go get milk and cigarettes and never came back. Oh man. No, because I genuinely want people to succeed. I genuinely do. And there's nothing more I can do other than telling you, because I think if I say something or if I do something, you're going to have more confidence in it, right? But I'm telling you why I'm doing it. I'm explaining what needs to happen. Granted, I see things far in the future. Not that I see it, but I know it needs to happen. Well, yeah, I kind of do see it. Now I'm seeing these things far into the future. Everything you're thinking, all the guesses you have, I think the market's going to do X, Y, and Z. Why? Why are you guessing at the stock market? A lot of you, all the time, you're making these guesses. Or you're asking me, what do you think is going to happen in the future? I don't know, but I know what needs to happen for a higher probability chance of success. That's what I do know. So if you're the type of person that's like going off of bias, going off of vibes, going off of feelings, and not understanding patterns, how the market works, understanding price action, I do this every single day. I'm very proficient at whatever it is I do. If you ask me to do anything else, I'm probably not good at it. But this is what I do, and it's gonna be for you too, because all the difference is knowing the pattern, knowing the That's all we do in human life, is understand the pattern. Human beings are very good at learning patterns. It's just gonna take you time. It's not gonna be a month. It's not gonna be a week. It's gonna take you a little bit of time. Give yourself that time. This is worth it. This is worth it. I don't know anything else. Doctors aren't getting, you couldn't pay me to be a doctor. Why would I take a pay cut? an engineer. You can't pay me to do it. I respect what they do, and I'm very thankful for what they do. But I give back to society in my own way. I definitely give back to society in my own way. There's complete strangers that I house. Complete strangers that I take care of. Well, they're not strangers. I obviously know them to some degree, but that's besides the point. The point is that 9 to 5 stuff's not for me. I can't do it. If you want to be your own boss, but you're not willing to take boss initiative. So how is that going to be a thing? How's that going to be a thing? I mean, there's only so many times I can tell you, watch out, this yellow's a thing, and watch out for this in yellow, right? There's only so many times I can tell you that. It's because you don't trust me. Fine. Don't trust me. I'm not asking you to trust me, the voice on the other end of the screen. I'm asking you to trust your own eyeballs. Look what's happening. Everything I said that was going to happen has happened. Even this wick, it got us. But, around this area was the 50-50. They wouldn't go over 5907. We marked this out. I even highlighted 5907. This is not an accident. I even told everyone, watch out for right here. If we break this and we break this, this is called confluence. There's more than one thing telling us to take a trade. On our 5-minute chart, this was absolute sexy. Absolute sexy. But if you're learning how to trade, if you're interested in learning how to trade with us, go to last5trading.com. I'm going to go ahead and get up. I'm going to let this settle out. I'm going to put on some more plays, but I need to circulate some blood. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay? Don't overtrade. If you didn't take the break of this red right here, and you're still trying to hope to get red again, wait a minute. You see what's happening inside yellow. If you're looking for, let me take a break and I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, listen. There's someone. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, there. Maybe you're not a troll, but I think you're a troll. But listen, there's someone on the internet. This person who is saying that, number one, they're saying that I'm copying somebody, and why would anyone join my Discord when whoever they're with is cheaper? That I'm copying someone cheaper. Oh, okay. And you know, hey, that makes sense, right? Why would you? Now, listen. First of all, your argument is kind of null and void because I'm doing this live. So how the heck? Whatever. I'm doing this live, right? Your guy's not doing this live. You're getting a whole bunch of screenshots, first of all. Second of all, look what just happened in real life today. Look what just happened. So now you know. The conversation, and when I delete your comments, it's not because I'm afraid of people seeing it. It's because it's nonsense. If today didn't prove it, look what your guy said. Look what I said. Look at my precision. There's a difference. And if you don't see the difference, this ain't for you, but it's not for you. It's just not for you. And to come into someone else's comments just to be a troll or whatever you're doing, I don't know really what your goal is. You know, apparently you have time to do that. You know, it doesn't really affect me much. It doesn't affect me. I feel bad for you because now you see what buying cheap, what it does for you. If you think I'm expensive and he's cheap, fine. That's on you. But now you see the conversation's pretty much over. And if you go ahead and leave a comment, please leave your comment. I welcome it. I'll leave it up this time. I'll leave it up because I'm gonna reference your comment in a video. Today, as a matter of fact, would be great. You know, I'm pretty sure you're watching right now. And the fact that you're watching me just, you know, you should be watching your guy, right? Why aren't you watching your guy? That tells me something. But, you know, I welcome it. I welcome the violence because I'm a savage myself. But anyways, the point is this, leave your comment. And I'm gonna highlight your comment in a video. If you do it today, great. Leave your comment today. I'm gonna highlight your comment and I'm gonna show the before and after. And then we're gonna see. And there's no reason, you know, why do you want to attack me? Who am I to you? Why are you wasting your time coming after me? Like you got nothing better to do with your life? Now look, you're welcome to join. Now you see the difference between whoever you're following and me. Now you see, like the proof is there. The proof is there. You're not getting the precision. You're not getting this precision. The amount of money we just made based on each call out, come on now. If you don't see it, that means you don't know math. You don't know addition. You don't. I'm not coming after you because I think you're just, you know, the same search everyone else is searching for, right? We want to find something sustainable, something repeatable, you know, and sometimes people on the internet or, you know, people in general, like for example, people that like bad sports teams, even though their sports team is bad, they're diehard fans. You know, that's fine. I get it. There's tribalism and, you know, whatever it is. Anyone in my Discord, if you're not finding value in this, number one, you need to tell me. Number two, you're welcome to leave. No one forcing you here. But, you know, I think you could be a good person and you're probably just in the search like everybody else is. We're searching for something sustainable and we want to learn. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm there with you. I was there too. But now you have the proof in front of your own eyes. Now you have the proof. So go ahead and leave your comment if you want, and I'll highlight you in a video today. How about that? Leave your comment and you will be in a video. You're going to be famous. Well, not famous. Only 16 people are gonna watch, but oh man, no, because this dude was in there. He's talking so much junk, and I erased the comment. Usually I don't, but I was like, man, this is such trash. Like, why me? First of all, but now, you know, I'm pretty sure he's in there watching. Mr. Gomez, you never missed it. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything, Mr. Gomez, because we do this every day. We do this every day. The setups are always there. As long as you don't over leverage and you stick to your exit strategy, you're going to be fine. You will be fine. You didn't miss anything. If you have that feeling, if you get this in your mental state that I'm missing things, you're going to cause yourself to get FOMO, and the FOMO is going to cause you to jump in on everything. Every green candle, every red candle, you're going to start jumping in on everything, and you're going to tell yourself, damn, I could have made a quick buck there. I could have made a quick buck here. We see what's happening. If you really want a setup, you know, there has to be some type of structure there. There has to be a structure there. Okay. I think I'm done addressing the troll. He may not be a troll. He might be a good guy, but I think he just came at me a little bit sideways, and you don't even know me. But I know you're watching. So there's your proof, man. Number one, I don't copy anybody. I've been doing this for over a year. So I really don't know where you're getting that from, but anyways, here we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, lunchtime compression, huh? Mr. Ramos, you are a hungry person. Mr. Ramos keeps track of all the lunch breaks. All right, look, this is what we got. Let's see. I'm gonna do it on the 5-minute chart. Oh, okay, look. We've already done it. It's already been did. Our best bet from here is gonna be like this. This is gonna be our best bet. You know, there's really no trade until we get above the 200 for calls. That's just what it has to be. For calls, above the 200. If you want to scalp something, 5907 is going to be probably the line in the sand. If you want to scalp a little something, maybe like this. Otherwise, again, we're just in yellow until we're not. Now look, on the break of this, let's say we get to the break of this orange here. This is where you got to start to measure risk to reward. On the break of this, what did I say? Yellow? Orange. On the break of this orange here, look at look where the 5 is. This was a good risk to reward. This is a fair trade. When you get here, hey, you know, it gets sketchy. So it's not just because we break whatever the algo is. It's not just because we break it. We need more than one thing to tell us. So when I was explaining what my criteria, sorry, I should have been using the 5-minute chart. When I was explaining what my criteria was around here for any more puts or calls, right? Because the call had to be minimum a break and retest of 5907. That's why it's highlighted. But I explained all the criteria, what needed to happen for each direction. I was a little more specific on the put side. Maybe that was my bias. I was a little more specific on the put side, but either way, I explained all the criteria that needed to happen. So it's not just because one thing, like, oh, we broke orange. No. It's we break orange. We're testing this. We retested this. We rejected. You know, it was more than one thing. It was actually green. It was actually green, but I translated it to the 1 minute for YouTube. I'm gonna clean up the shadow. I can only put it but so many times. I just don't want to make the chart messy. I know my charts are messy, but it's because I think a lot. And I'm trying to think of far out in advance. I'm trying to think of the 4-hour chart. I'm trying to translate a 4-hour chart onto a 1 minute chart. I'm trying to translate a 1-hour chart onto the 5-minute chart. So whenever you see me doing paths, I think earlier today, well, it was like this. The 50, hold on, let me do it again. The 50-50 was like this. It was just like that. You know, technically we're still in the 50-50 range here. Above, we would have needed to get above a break and retest above 5907 for this 50-50 to be invalid. And we need to get below 5754 for the 50 to be invalid to the upside, right? So essentially, this was our 50-50 range. We just needed a confirmation to tell us which direction. We identified 5907 and we identified 5754. You know, you go back, rewind the tape. This is not a surprise. You know, I literally said it out loud. But the point is this: we needed a setup now, right? So when we get to this 50-50 in this range, because I told you we're in this damn range. We are in this range. I drew it with the shadow. So 50-50, how do we know which direction? We need to see confirmation. The confirmation would have looked like this. It would have looked like this. We needed a break, 5907, retest it, and reject it. You know, that simply just needed to happen just like that. Here's our 50-50. For the put side, we needed to, you know, I would say, well, needed to break this and break and retest this, 57-54. That's what needed to happen. I actually announced this very clearly. Very clearly. Now, unfortunately, on the 5-minute, it literally hit so perfect like this. And then we saw a wick and an inverted hammer. and then this happened, right? And then the wicked one came in. All right, so let's see what we got. Exciting day. All right, let me stop talking and do some work. They might be changing up the algo now. They might be. I might need to start paying attention here. Look, we went over it. If this breaks, you have to worry about this key level here, 5568. Then you got to worry about risk to reward to the 5. And if yellow breaks, you got to worry about 5907. So at this point here, you see the range. So I'm translating this wider range from a 4-hour time frame, and I'm doing it in my head. And I know I sound not very polished when it comes to stock shit, but you know, whatever. Whatever it is I'm doing, this is the answer. Whatever it is I'm doing, I've identified all the risks. I'm just gonna clean this up because it looks a little hectic. I want to drag this one out. I need to drag both of them. Okay, that looks reasonable. So I think, in my opinion, a reasonable entry would be is if we do the same thing we just did, right? So if we reject off of this yellow and then break this green, and then you just, you know, you can't ask for too much. You can't ask for too much. You know, it all depends on how much you're willing to how long you're willing to hold for. If you're willing to take that drawdown. So when I got both of my stuff out here, I'm okay with that, because there's no way I want to survive all this. There's just no way. And then you could say, yeah, but you said we're in yellow until we're not. Cool story. Me personally, I like taking that key level. That's just what I'm gonna do. This morning up here, I told you I'm waiting for the key level. This is where I'm getting out, because there's no way I'm gonna survive this. Sure, did it reject off of yellow? Okay, sure, cool story. And did I get 100% of the move? No, I didn't. You know, the entry was here. My exit was on the first set here, and then the second set right here. I didn't get 100% of the move, but we got something out of it. We got something. I'm just gonna clean it up just a bit. So remember, Discord, hold on, let me translate it. Yeah, it has to be above yellow and 59.39. We want to look for, at this point here, if it wants to head up, this is what we need to look for. If it wants to head up, it's, you know, it has to look something like this. Otherwise, we're just in yellow until we're not in yellow. And that's the answer. That is the answer. Skirt. What is this? Skirt. All right, hold on. I'm back in the. I'm legit pissed off right now. Why are you pissed? Jones, why are you pissed? Jones has anger issues. Oh, okay. Got you. Now, full disclosure, I'm not trading anymore. I'm done for the day. I don't need to sit here and do this. I've done my job. But if you all are, I've identified all the risk already. I've already identified everything. I've translated a higher time frame onto these lower time frames to help us out. Man, these things are... I'll do that. Remember, the 5's right here. You see how they reacted to the 5 right here. If you want safety put, quote unquote safety, we got to be underneath the 5 for put underneath. And then confidently underneath. Like significantly underneath. It just, if you're looking for puts, this is the best setup here. If you're trying to scalp this is risky, in my opinion. In my opinion, there's nothing really to do inside here. You know, I've already said it, but I'll say it again. There's nothing really to do inside here. We're in compression time. They're going to grind in an annoying direction, like Mr. Ramos said. It's lunchtime. They're going to grind in an annoying direction. I believe they're trying to change up the algo. I'll leave that one. All right, let's look for this build in this magenta and the break of this yellow for calls. Or how about this? I got one even better. If you made money today, Call it a gosh darn day, because it's not going to get any easier from here. All right, I think we moved out of what is this? Purple into magenta. One more time, let me remind you, if you're looking for any type of quote unquote safety underneath the 5, that's just what it is. If this hits all the way to the 5, you know, you're taking that risk. But I think underneath the 5 from this point here, you know, it's your best bet underneath the 5. And then let's say if it does break and it just shoots down, you can't be upset. You can't be upset about it. We got 40 seconds on the candle. I'm here, I'm just being quiet.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
All right, Jones. If you're not in the proper emotional state, you need to think about, do you really want to sit here in a not proper emotional state? It may not be that serious, right? Maybe I'm overthinking it or reading too far into it, but it's just a thing. It's just a thing we need to consider. We see a lot of wicks to the top. All it's gonna take is one strong green candle to knock out all these wicks. I'm gonna mark out lower day. Look for BRR under lower day. From this point here, a lot needs to happen. From this point here, a lot needs to happen. All it's gonna take is one strong green candle to knock out all these wicks, right? Almost like we knew. It's almost like we knew. You see why I'm telling you? You gotta wait until this. A lot needs to happen, okay? One day you'll trust me. One day you'll trust me. I think like 2 minutes before, maybe even a minute. I said it's only gonna take one strong green candle to knock out all these wicks. That's why we have a very specific criteria. Very specific criteria. A certain thing needs to happen. If you want some type of confidence in your trade, at least let whatever needs to happen, happen. Let whatever needs to happen, happen. Got about a little over 2.5 minutes on this candle. Remember, this is shadow zone in here. I mean, really, it's all the way down here, but we day trading. Two minutes, a little over 2 minutes on the candle. I'm gonna set some alerts. I'm gonna put an alert on 5907. I'm gonna put an alert on whatever. What is this? 5416. I'm gonna let them figure out this in here. We got a little over 3.5 minutes on this candle. Just open up VWAP. We're right on VWAP right now. So we have this yellow, we have VWAP at the same time. We want to see if they're going to grab liquidity. Got about a little under 1.5 minutes on this candle. A little over a minute on this candle. Little struggle at 58.29. At least you stuck with it, Sebs. Good job, good job. At least you stuck with it. And I think you had a good reason. I think you had a good reason to stick to it. Right? Oh man, good job though. All right, we need to see if we get a weak bear cycle here. We need to see if we're gonna get a weak bear cycle. The weak bear will tell us everything we need to know. Well, I think it's important that you stick to, you know, whatever your plan is, you got to stick to it. Once you start, you know, once the candles go against you for 1 or 2 minutes and you start moving your stop, that's when you get into trouble. That's when you get into trouble. You got to put your stop wherever it's going to be, wherever your risk is, and let it play out. And if you take the loss, you take the loss. It's hard to be wrong twice in a row. It's hard to be wrong twice in a row, especially when you got a 50-50 shot, right? You just got to let it happen. Let it, you know, wait it out. I'm interested to see if we break above the, what is this, 58.34, if we get a nice strong green candle, if we break above it. On the 5-minute chart, we're still protected, right? We're still protected on this 5-minute chart, so we're okay. When I'm saying we're still protected, I mean none of the criteria has been met yet, right? We're still inside. None of the criteria has been met. Still inside. here. I'm just being quiet. I'm gonna step away for just a few seconds, maybe a few minutes. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, I have to make a phone call, so give me a few more minutes. I gotta handle some business. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm just hanging out in the background, just being quiet. We need this or this, either one. That's what we're looking for. If you're taking the risk inside here, this is risky business, right? Because we're on VWAP and we're at, what is this, in this yellow. So if you're in a trade, you gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it. Whatever it is, you gotta put a reasonable stop and stick with it. Otherwise, if you're looking for some quote unquote safety, above this, below this is what I recommend. You know, preferably above 200. Otherwise, you're chopping in between, what is this? The 200 and the 5. Or we're still doing this right here. Bang, 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 bang. So certain things need to happen. If you're scalping inside here, just don't overstay your welcome. Let them get to the next key level and you know, take your money. If we get above, if we get below, let it run for a little bit. Otherwise, in here, you see what it is. You see what it is. I don't even need to say much. Look, this is the chop in here. We're in compression time. Compression time is when the price goes sideways, or it grinds in an annoying direction. So we're in this time right here. We see the short term, or excuse me, the smaller range right in here. So once we break this, then we can get some confidence for this one if this sets up. Or if we break this, then we get some confidence for this to set up. And then just don't overstay your welcome. Going to key level, right? This is my recommendation. But let me handle some business and I'll be right back. Don't overtrade.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
I'm not talking. I was on a quick break. I'm handling some business really quick. Just give me one moment. This is going sideways. We're in the chop. There's nothing to do here. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the stream here. So Discord, look, let me make sure. Either we're gonna be in yellow or we're gonna break yellow, retest and reject off of it. It has to be whatever I have here. We want to look to see if they're gonna do this. Now don't get too comfortable inside in between the 200 and the 5, okay? You simply can't do it. Let this play out. Minimum. This is the minimum requirement right here. This is the minimum requirement right here, okay? Now look, we broke this green, so if you took the green, you're gonna have to, you know, don't overstay your welcome. That's all I gotta say. But don't forget about this. But I'm gonna have to call it here. We're gonna do it again tomorrow on YouTube. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, go to livespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted out. Discord, the setups are right here, okay? I'm gonna try to come back a little bit later. I don't even have time to do the wins for the day, but I'll finish it off later on, but I can't do it right now. So I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. Go to livespytrading.com so you can get sorted. YouTube, it's been a pleasure. Goodbye.